Hi everyone, this is Kareen from Kareen's VSG, and this is Friday, January 24th. This is my daughter's 37th birthday. I see, Esther, that it's your husband's birthday today, so happy birthday to him. Okay, so I had my checkup on Wednesday. Yesterday I was going to do a video, and my granddaughter showed up, and so I didn't get the video done. She's coming today also. I have to take her to school and pick her up from school, I think, and so she's also going to be here today. But as you can see, I'm in my other pair of pajamas. Yeah, these are great. Anyway, so he did remove the tape that was across the incision from hip to hip. I'm a little concerned about the incision, and it's probably just my vanity, but from what I can see, both sides, they're not dog-eared, but they're I don't know how to describe it. There's like puckers in it. The swelling is kind of going down, and I'm worried about my mid-stomach. It seems like it's going to be flabby. It didn't tighten up like I thought it was going to. I told him when he walked in that I kind of regretted some things that I didn't do. Like I wish I had done my breasts at the same time. I wish I had done my thighs at the same time. Then I could have only healed once, but I don't even know if I'll ever do those because I don't think I'll have the money for them. But this kind of thing was just kind of a fluke to me, for me to even have this. But I'm glad that the stomach is gone. I weighed myself this morning, and granted, I had a lot of junk yesterday. My granddaughter was over, and we made a cake, and I only had one piece of cake, but I don't know why I even ate it. I don't like cake very much at all. And so I had one little piece of cake, and then I had some chips and bean dip. And so I was expecting to have a little weight gain today, but I went from 142 to 142.2 to 144. So I'll have to work on getting that down again. But and literally yesterday I didn't eat until noon. I think it was noon, 12 o'clock. I didn't have breakfast yesterday, and I literally just lazed around in bed all morning until she got here. So I could have done my video in the morning, but I was listening to the Bible and reading it and doing some other stuff. So I didn't get it done. Anyway, so he said that he released me, which means that I can start lifting things again, which I kind of have been doing anyway, but I haven't been lifting anything really heavy. I did feel after driving to Duluth, which is an hour and 20 minutes away, driving to Duluth, and then after that I went shopping at Target because we needed some groceries, and excuse me, then I stopped into Hobby Lobby real quick to get some stretcher bars for canvas, and then I came home, and I did, on my way into town, into Duluth, though, I did stop and have a half of a Impossible Burger. I order it with the small bun, and so but I only ate half of it because I can't eat a whole burger. I wish they had a kids version of that. I don't know why they don't. They should have a kids version. Kids shouldn't have to eat a huge sandwich or a huge hamburger to get healthy hamburgers. Anyway, so I got the Impossible Burger, but some friends of mine from Cook were there, and so I got to visit with them for a little while. I hadn't seen them in ages. They didn't know where we had gone, and one of them was like our very first landlord from when we were married and we moved to Cook. So, excuse me. So it was fun to see them. And time just keeps marching on. And so anyway, I came home and I literally laid on the couch and took a nap. I was exhausted. And then yesterday morning, I was just still exhausted. So I just took it easy and slept in a little bit and just read my Bible and listened to the Bible. And so, and that's what I've done this year. I don't make goals for January, because it's just a way to make myself feel bad when I don't accomplish them. So what I decided this year to do was to focus on listening to the Bible, reading the books of the Bible. And then you can do this pretty easy. All you have to do is put it on in the background of what you're doing, and you can hear while you're working on things. YouTube has a Bible on YouTube. So that's what I've been listening to is YouTube, and it's usually done per book. So I don't know. I must have listened to at least 10 or 15 books of the Bible already so far, and I started this about a week ago. So yeah, so it's something I suggest if you haven't done that yet. I know if I sat down to read the Bible, which is a terrible thing to say, but if I sat down to read the Bible, I fall asleep. I fall asleep whenever I read anything. So I'm lucky I get my devotional in, and I've actually just read that once this year. So yeah, so and that's just a short little blurb, but I can catch up on that one pretty good. Oops, sorry. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. So as far as my incision, he took the tape off. And at first he started over here and he took off just a small section of tape that, because some of it had worn off, and so he pulls it and it was fine. And then he takes this off and it was still attached to some hair down here. So he yanked that thing off and made me squeal because he was pulling my hair. And so then he just said to me, he says, "Do we do it really quick?" And so he did it really quick and took it off. So I don't have that stuff on there anymore. I am putting silicone pads on the scar, which I forgot to do after my shower, but I'll do that. And that I did that when I had my hysterectomy in 2000, whenever Brody was born, 14 years ago, before Brody was born. I did that then, and it seemed to make the scar a lot less visible. So I'm using that again. And so I have to put 8 of them across because they're just little bandages. The first time I did this, I had like a big thing that I could cut. I don't know where to buy those. I'm going to have to keep looking, because I looked at Target and they didn't have anything, and I went on Amazon and it didn't seem they had anything. So I'm going to have to look a little deeper for that. And I kept those on for a couple of months afterwards, or maybe even longer, until the redness went away. But anyway, so I still have a little bit of pain, twinges, nerve pain, burning sensation. It's not as bad. I think I feel most of the pain that I'm feeling right now is where the belly button is, and that could be that it's still healing on the inside. And so I'm just getting a little bit of achy kind of pains there, but it's not too bad. It's probably a 2 or 3 in the pain threshold, but just something to be aware of. Made Up Mama, no, it's More Mama to Love. Is that what More Mom? Anyway, I don't know what you change your name to, but I'm praying for you and your recovery. This is tough. This first week is terrible. Like you said, you sleep and you just eat a little bit and sleep again and just rest. Do not just let everybody else do everything, because you will regret it. It will take you longer to heal if you're moving around too much, or if you're doing things you shouldn't be doing. Do not pick up your children. I picked up my granddaughter when they were here, and I hurt the next day. So just let them do it. Let somebody else do it. Call somebody over to help out for this first week and a half, because it's going to hurt. And now I don't know what it feels like on the breast, because I didn't have my breast done, which is one of the things I told my surgeon I regretted. He did say something to the effect, though, that if I go back, he would give me a deal because of returning patient. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be too expensive for me to do. And I'm 58. So do I have to really worry about it? The only reason I would like it done at all is because I have this big pooch under here above my bra when I put my bra on, so that when I wear things, I feel like I'm hunchback. Not a hunchback, just like really big up here. And so maybe losing more weight will take care of that, and I'll just have flappy skin here, which I do have anyway. But that bothers me a lot when I'm dressing and I'm putting clothes on and I'm trying to find a bra that fits me, because that's really puffy there. So that's really the only reason I would do a breast lift and that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I'm doing pretty good today, and yesterday I did pretty good. I'm still taking it easy. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to throw myself back into like being on the couch again all day, because that's literally what I did for almost 2 weeks. So, and my stomach is really dry because of the compression unit, or the compression thing I've had on, and that is starting to kind of break down a little bit. So it's not supporting this way as much. There's like seams in it that they can cut off if you're too short or whatever, but that's kind of collapsing, so they flip over a little bit. So I might just end up buying or putting on one of my garments that I have in the bedroom. I'm able to pull up things now. I just hate doing that, because when I go to the bathroom, I hate taking those things off. But I might do something like that. But you know, it's really just a process, and I'm glad that I'm going through it now and not this summer, because I would be crazy if I couldn't go outside in the summer. And so I'm kind of waiting. Oh, that was Esther. So yeah, so that's how I'm doing. And I can't think of anything else. Now I have no more excuses for not getting things done, because I can get some things done. Everything just kind of went by the wayside when I was ill or was recovering. So I was looking for our cab cards for our car yesterday, and they were all piled up in piles everywhere, because that's just what happens. It just gets set in a pile. So I got to get some things done. I got laundry I got to do today. Tomorrow I'll be going back to church for the first time, but I'm not going to be teaching, because I don't think I could stand for that long. So either that or I'll sit down and teach. I'm not sure. So anyway, yeah. And I guess I've been having a lot of emotional or mental things going on in my head. I've had some challenges come up mentally or spiritually, and so I'm really in flux as far as spiritually is right now. Let's just say that the church that I belong to is not the church that I used to belong to. And in some ways that's good, and in some ways it's really, really bad. And I'm having difficulty with that. And I know everybody's going to tell me that that's not important, but it is important to me. And so I'm having a crisis of faith right now. And all I can do is keep praying and reading my Bible, because that's where the truth is. But I'm extremely disappointed in where my church is going. Not my personal church, but as a denomination. And I've had some struggles of faith in that. My second daughter was baptized a couple weeks ago, but not into my church. And that devastated me. But I have faith that she's doing what she believes is right, and so I'm okay with it now. But anyway, so there you go. It's just difficult. And everybody's going to tell me I'm being ridiculous, and that I shouldn't have those feelings. But I do. Anyway, so I've been having trouble. But I'm sure it'll all work out. But I'm on shaky ground. Very shaky ground. So just pray and keep praying. And there's nothing I can do. There's just nothing I can do. So it is what it is. But just know that it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart not because what she did was wrong, but because I didn't offer her anything. I couldn't offer her anything. We have a little church that has no children in it. We have a church that has no teens in it. We have a little church that it's just older people. There's no draw for younger people to our church. And that's never going to change. Because you can't draw people, young people, if you don't have young people. And the young people walk in the door and then walk right back out. Because there's nothing there to attract them. We study the Bible. We sing songs off of YouTube because we don't have a pianist. For the people who attend, it's wonderful. But to draw more people in, there's nothing we offer that they want. They want a big church with lots of people, lots of kids, lots of entertainment. We don't offer that. We just offer simple, humble Bible-believing Christian church. That's all we offer. And that's not attractive enough for people, young people. We even have members of our church that are in town and don't attend. So this is hard for me, and I'm the elder of the church. I feel like it's somewhat my responsibility to draw more people into a church, to make it active and energetic and lively, and I can't do that. So I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in, I don't know, I'm just disappointed. And it didn't used to be this way. We had a very active church there once. It was full of people. But we're down to 6 to 10 people that come faithfully. And they're lovely people, wonderful people, and they spiritually hold me up. And granted, I haven't been there since after Christmas, I believe, because I've been dealing with this journey. I couldn't go. But yeah, I'm having a big heart trouble with it. So anyway, that's what I've been dealing with mentally. Probably wasn't a good idea that I was on pain medications during this whole problem either, or this whole time either, but it's what I've been dealing with. And it's a whole part of my life that it's been such a center of my life, and to just literally have to force myself to step outside of that and give up the principles and the ideals of our church because they're not important anymore. It's been really hard. So I did not intend for this to happen, but it is what's been on my mind and in my head. And I have no one to talk to about it. No one. My husband kind of gets it, but he doesn't understand where I come from because I grew up in it. He's been baptized into it, so he doesn't understand it. And so the person that I would have talked to about it was the lady who used to live in this house. And she's gone. My mom's gone. My dad's gone. And most of the people I grew up with that would have understood are gone. So I feel very alone. Even my current, even the people currently in our church, I mean, there's a couple that I can talk to, but I don't think that they can fully understand. Growing up, I was a rule follower. And my church has always been called legalistic because we obey. And obedience is different from legalistic behavior. But there are people in our church who have resented that. And there are people outside of our church who see it and then say, oh, I can't possibly do that. But obedience is important to me because it's important to God. How many times in the Bible did he punish his people because they didn't obey? And I know he cries, and I know he feels what I feel, but I don't like not having the rules. I don't like knowing what the rules are. And right now, I don't know what the rules are. The rules are gone. They've disappeared. We have compromised ourselves right into lawlessness. And I see it all the time. I see it everywhere. I see a lack of respect because there are no rules. And even Moses had to remove his feet, or his shoes from his feet when he was in the presence of God. And we just don't care about that stuff anymore. We just don't care. And that bothers me a lot. Because I think that if God thinks it's important enough to punish his own people because they are not following and obeying him, then I think it should be important to us. So those of you who think I'm wrong, that's okay. Lots of people think I'm wrong. Lots of people. But I liked knowing what the rules were. I liked knowing what the guidelines were. I liked knowing that, okay, you shouldn't do this. You should do this. You shouldn't be there. You should be here. You should do that. You shouldn't do that. I liked it because then it was easier for me to not fall into traps. But I'm falling into traps on a regular basis here. So it bothers me a lot. But my church is not perfect. By far, my church is not perfect. But we could try harder. And we don't. I don't see that happening. Not with people in my area, anyway. So, I've been having difficulties with that mindset. It's just a crisis of faith. So if things don't matter anymore, if the rules don't matter anymore, if the laws don't matter anymore, then what difference does it make? What difference does it make? And what in the world am I doing standing behind a pulpit every Sabbath telling people that they should spread the gospel? To whom? What are we going to spread? Jesus loves us. We love Jesus. But that's not the end of the story. Faith without works is dead, is what the Bible says. But we don't have to do anything anymore. All we have to do is believe, and everything else will be worked out. No rules, no laws, nothing. So I just feel like I'm a hypocrite standing up in front. I feel like that what I'm doing is not important. If it's all a personal journey, then we don't need churches at all. Which is what a lot of the majority of the world says right now. And that's not what the Bible says. But it is what it is. So that's what I've been going through. Mental stuff. Yep, I haven't been taking pills for a week. I went off my medicine a week ago because I don't know if I mentioned in a previous video that I actually had some acid reflux from taking a pill one night. And so I quit taking them. And I haven't really I took Tylenol once since then, but I've been using aspirin more than anything because it's mostly been that burning sensation. So I haven't really been taking any pills. And so anyway, but if you're a prayer, pray for me. And if you're not, just send me good thoughts because this is a very, very difficult thing I'm going through right now. This is the first time in my life I've ever even considered leaving my church. And maybe the second time. My first crisis of faith was 6 years ago when I had to move up here. But yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess we need to go through these things so that we're stronger in the end. But it's not fun. It's not fun not knowing what the rules are anymore. So anyway, all right, I'm going to go. This is 23 minutes long. It's the longest one I've had in a long time. I'm sorry I've been crying and all that stuff. It's just stuff that's been on my head. And it's part of what makes me feel like who I am. And so I'm hoping that I can resolve this conflict soon in my head. But I have no one to reach out to, so I have to do it on my own. So, all right, God bless you all. And I will talk to you maybe in a week or so. All right, bye-bye.